right, here we go. Wednesday night Knicks post-game live presented by Manscaped. Don't call it a comeback, as they say, because Knicks tried to turn the tables on these Bucks for the second time in a week. And they came close. Knicks were down by as much as 24 points in the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter with a 16-point deficit. But the second unit, as I told you, JD, led by Derrick Rose, Emmanuel Quickly, he's back. My guy Alec Burks, yes, Burks, and Obi turned the tables on the Bucks, tie the game up 89 apiece, and they had MSG rocking. But in the end, man, the Bucks just made too many threes, man. Too many threes made by this Bucks team. The turning point of the game came at the 2-minute, 51-second mark where Obi Toppin gets fouled. Knicks are down by 4. Obi gets fouled. Bucks overturn it and win the challenge. They get the tip at midcourt and get 2 bagger threes by Pat Connaughton. Career high 7 3-pointers for him. Bucks overall shoot 52% from downtown. And, listen, valiant effort by this Knicks second unit. But it was all for naught, man. Knicks postgame live presented by Manscaped. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. CPJD Sports Talk, CK2K. CK, kick us off, man. How you feeling tonight, bro?
Where do you want me to begin? The number one thing that's on my mind is another loss at home. We could talk about the stats. We could talk about this, that, the third, the defense, the comeback. We lost another one at home, and that's the thing that hurt. I said it after our last game. I said there's no way in hell that we're going to come up and lose another game at home after how we played the last few games, and we figured out a way to do it. We had a good old-fashioned classic Knicks fake comeback that we all fell for. And I just sat there thinking to myself, like, damn, I fell for it again. It's just, a lot of frustrating things. Perimeter defense, we've been mentioning time after time after time on this show. I feel like that was one of the big moments. We got killed by Grayson Allen.
Again.
At Connaughton.
Got us again.
Mitch Robinson did a great job on Giannis tonight. It was really nice to see. I was really worried that without Nerlens Noel, because we forget Nerlens was one of the heroes for that first time we played them. I was worried that Giannis was going to go all over us tonight. I feel like Mitch Robinson did a good job there, but that was a wasted effort because it didn't matter because Grayson Allen saw that Duke was playing in the Garden and said, "Oh yeah, I went there too. I can do that too."
He found that energy, man. He found the energy, man. So, man, tough one, man. Tough one. JD, how you feeling, man?
I think. There's 2 ways to look at this game. I'll start with the negative. Let's get the negative out the way. Mm-hmm. The starting 5 should be ashamed of themselves. They should be embarrassed. They should be ashamed to put out that performance. The Bucks are on the second of a back-to-back. On the second game of a back-to-back. Not only a regular back-to-back, they went down to the wire in Philadelphia. So a lot of those players played minutes. This was a typical, a prototypical back-to-back. And so you didn't take advantage of that. You're at home. And to have that kind of start. Now, listen, I thought going into it, Julius Randle was going to have more playmaking. This team is going to have to figure out, especially that starting unit, where they're going to get consistent playmaking from, because unfortunately, as of right now, where I thought we would see it would be at the point guard position with Kemba, because even if Kemba is not able to get to the basket and create off that action, if he's hitting shots, you see the spacing goes to a different level with the starting 5. When Kemba is hitting shots, we saw it in preseason. When he was hitting shots, it was pretty difficult to defend this team, and it actually helped Randle kind of play within the flow of the offense instead of us having to rely on him. Because once we go to Randle, Randle is just going to naturally fall into
it's
ISO play.
ISO all day, man.
You know, because he's going to feel the weight on his shoulders. And if there's, you know, the starting backcourt, 0 of 6 from 3, 4 points, 2 of 12 shooting. The backcourt off the bench, IQ and Rose scored 40 points.
Yeah. 68 points out of the Knicks bench tonight, bro. 68 points, bro.
68 points.
And
so
yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, you can't have that, man. And listen, like I said, part of it I think is we don't create early enough for Fournier to get him into a rhythm. And so by the time he's taking his first shot late in the first quarter, you know, sometimes you're not in a rhythm. He's a shooter. And I think Kemba is the ingredient. To be objective, to me, Kemba at the point guard position is the ingredient to make everything flow. Right now, he's struggling. So that's that. On the positive, what I will say is, on the positive, I did like that Thibodeau stuck with the second unit because, you know, let the bench have the night off. See ya. You didn't want to play well?
Yeah.
Go sit in the fourth bench. Go look at this comeback, right? We didn't close it out, obviously, but at the very least, to be, you know, to have that starting five, just sit the whole fourth quarter. Just sit. Don't even come in. Don't think about coming into the game. Hopefully, now that we have to look forward, hopefully that will spark something and that would, you know, be kind of something to hold them accountable. So I like that from Tibbs. I didn't even think we would see that. I was waiting for the starting five to come back, or at least a few of those players.
No, that was a good job by him.
It was a good job by him. And you know, we tried to come back. And listen, at the end, Obi played well. You saw both sides of Obi, great offensively, and then defensively, he struggled there in the end because, you know, he had to guard a perimeter player. And so we saw late there, Pat Connaughton got free a few times. He was late on a few rotations. But hey, I don't think at that point Tibbs was thinking specific adjustments. I think he was just thinking, I'm sticking with the starting five no matter what happens. This is where we're going to go.
Yeah,
so
he had to, man, because the starting five was stinking up the joint the whole entire game. And this is the thing. You can't keep trying to play comeback and play catch up all the time. As exciting as it was to see the Garden going crazy and Rose and IQ finding his groove, Obi going in after we talked about, you know, the lack of playing time for Obi, everything was coming together. You know what I'm saying? But at the end, when you come from behind all these times, you have to play perfect basketball, bro. And it's just not always gonna fall. Those shots aren't always gonna fall for you in crunch time. You gotta get perfect on the defensive end. And again, Connaughton killed us all game. And so it was all for naught, man. I thought a couple things like you said, you know, the Kemba situation is starting to be concerning. Because, again, you're not seeing, you want to say chemistry, but he's just not attacking anything. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to come off the screens. He's trying to get his mid-range shot. He likes that three-point shot off the screens. Okay, fine. But we need him to be more of a playmaker in this offense. We need more playmaking in this starting five. Because if Randle doesn't have it as he, like I said, you got to look at RJ a little bit more. And look at Kemba as more of an off-ball option rather than putting the ball in his hands to just dance around the perimeter and give it to Julius anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because if we're not running pick and roll, if we're not getting into the paint, driving and kicking, the offense is going to stall out. So you saw a lot of isolation, a lot of, you know, one pass, guy holding the ball, doesn't know what to do with it, dribble between the legs and chuck up a shot. We just had no flow. And then the turnovers compounded the issue. So we got into no rhythm, CK, between the missed shots, the turnovers, and overall the energy. You know, there were times especially going into that early third quarter where the energy was just off. Bucks went on a 16-0 run and basically ran the starters out the game. So all of those just compounded the issues in the starting five. So it's definitely going to be worth watching in the future in terms of where Tibbs goes, man.
And we were talking about it before we even started the show. It's crazy how if you told me that we had Kemba Walker and Derrick Rose as our point guard options, even then you're still scratching your head on what the hell the point guard situation is going to be. And I'm gonna let JD elaborate on it because he brought up a great point. but you can't start Derrick Rose. We can't do that for the 70 some or 60 some games we have left in the season, because then what, off the bench? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Derrick Rose has been the spark for us off the bench. This game, there was no comeback, there was no excitement, there was no thought of us even winning this game without Derrick Rose. You know what I mean? You put him in that starting lineup, great. But then what happens to the bench? I know we want to talk about Deuce McBride. I would love to see Deuce McBride be that option. But we don't know if he's that right now. Let's just be real with it. We don't know if he's that right now. So, yeah, it is really worrisome when it comes to Kemba Walker, especially after that nice start he had. He had such a good start to the season. Yeah. I was really hopeful because he was looking, like RJ had said several times, he was definitely looking like that floor general. On top of that, his shot was going in. But as of late, it's just looking like, the body's falling apart already. And I hope that we're overreacting and that, he pulls it together. But right now, it didn't look great. So, yeah, man, a lot of things to look at. I was worried about the big man situation when Mitchell Robinson coming back and no Nerlens, but point guard, we right back in it, regardless of what names we got. We right back in the a problem with the
thing is what you're saying with Rose is it's almost a similar situation that happened last year. What happens to the chemistry of the second unit? It's not that you don't want to see him starting, but you see it tonight. You saw it in the last game against the Bucks. The chemistry that second unit has with Rose leading the way and IQ and Burks and Obi following suit. Look at the chemistry that Rose and Obi has with that second unit from last year and this year. Kemba's not going to – I don't see Kemba doing that with these guys. So that's going to be the tricky dynamic, JD, that Tibbs has to balance.
Right. And because like I always said, you see when he's with that second unit, you see at times he is the offense, right? And can he be that in a starting lineup, with Randall, who is going to demand the basketball, RJ is going to get a few shots. So, we're looking to maximize Rose's skill set. And yes, he is the clear starter. If we want to talk on paper, we want to talk
the
on
clear better player, right?
Yeah,
so
the clear better player.
Let's not get the Rose Hive too agitated because they're having a heart attack right now.
There is absolutely no argument about who is the better player, who's the better shooter, who's the better defender, who impacts the team more. It's Derrick Rose. But again, I'm looking at getting the most out of Derrick Rose offensively, and it seems that when he comes off the bench, he just has more freedom to come and pull up from three whenever he wants, to drive, to, go even ISO at times if he wants to. When he's in that starting five, yes, the benefit that you may get is that the starting five could flow better, right? But is that difference big enough to where you say, okay, you know what? Let's just have him come off the bench and have the offense revolve around him. And let's figure out this point guard position, whether it's, and this is why there's the argument of playing some of the rookies, because if you play some of the rookies in a backup role, they gain enough experience that one day you could just say, you know what, let's start this rookie at the one, because he's already gained experience coming off the bench. Yeah. And now you have a little bit more confidence to make that leap. But when they're not playing at all, it's hard to say, you know what, McBride, go start at the one. You're asking a lot, you know? Yeah. So in other words, here we are again. It's early.
We got to figure out a point guard situation.
It's early. We got to figure out this point guard situation.
We got to figure out this damn point guard situation, bro.
The counter to it's early, and I'm the even keel guy. But the only issue is, you mentioned it, CP. What we need specifically from Kemba, we're not getting. We haven't seen.
We need the engine. We still have not gotten the engine, bro. We still have not gotten that right. We don't have.
So it ends up being this: he has to make shots, because if he's not going to get to the basket, if he's not going to play make, he has to make shots. Yeah. Because if he doesn't, you're not getting defense. What are you really going to get from that position?
Yeah, right. That's a fact.
We're living that right now.
And I want to say this on the positive. It sounds weird. Mm-hmm. It's actually a good thing that the Bucks shot all those threes. Pat Connaughton and Grayson Allen shot 12 threes combined. It's a good thing that they broke a record, 26 threes allowed. You know why it's a good thing? Because sometimes we've been talking about this 3-point defense for some games now, and we try to be positive. We try to be constructive. Wins, losses, we analyze it. But sometimes I think you need something drastic like that to happen. Sometimes a record needs to be broken against you for maybe the coaching staff to say, you know what, we're going to really have to think about making an adjustment, because if you just go and you have games and teams are hitting threes, but you're just getting by, sometimes no adjustments are made. Sometimes no changes are made. But when you have a night like tonight with all those threes, maybe tomorrow in the meeting rooms, Thibodeau and his coaching staff are thinking about making some changes soon. Maybe not the next game, whether it's schematically or whether it's rotation wise. Sometimes you need a team to stomp you out for you as a team to realize we're going to have to step up here.
Well, look, I think schematically, I like what they did tonight. You know, they played the wall against the Freak. I thought I thought Mitch needed help. You know, give credit. Yes, he had his spots, as you said, CK, but I thought they did a good job helping him in terms of, you know, foul line extended, having the wings kind of collapse on him on his every move. But that also means you're taking a chance on the opposing guys, on the elbows, on the wings, shooting those threes. So you got to get out to him. You got to get out to Grayson Allen. You got to get out to Connaughton a lot faster, because those guys can kill you. That's what the Bucks pride their whole offense on, you know, playing inside out through the Freak. So I thought they did a good job on him, but the rest just left a lot to be desired. But I thought the offensive rut compounded everything, because if we're able to score and maintain, I don't think you get as much defensive lapses. I think a lot of the defensive lapses happened as a result of our offense being so putrid. So again, give credit to the bench. 68 points off the bench, man. They were electric. And JD, remember I told you, bro, when we spoke on the last show, and you were like, what's your prediction for the game? I said, we're going to win the game, and it's going to be on the strength of the bench. D Rose, quickly, and my guy Burks. I see people in the chat taking shots at my guy Burks, talking about he blew it. Like he's the one that put us down 24 points. If you people are watching the game, my guy Burks was in it. He was in it to win it. All right? So was Obi, so was Quickly, so was D Rose. It was the second unit that brought us back in it. So don't tell me that's just because he didn't hit timely shots in the end that he blew it. Look how many minutes they had to play just to save us from disaster.
Yeah, 3 blocks.
3 blocks. Put some respect on the guy's name, JD. My guy Burks blew it. Get out of here, man. What else? Boards, CK. You know, no Nerlens. I thought Mitch, again, you know, it was a mixed bag. Still seems to be laboring here and there, but, you know, if Julius is only going to end up with 5 boards in this game, Mitch 6, we got crushed again. We got crushed on the boards, man. 38-50. Couldn't get any offensive rebounds, which is Mitch's forte. You know, somebody called in last episode about what do we do about the boards. I just don't know, man. We just, you know, maybe is it hustle? Is it energy? I don't know. But boards was another area that we got crushed, man. Absolutely crushed, bro.
We were saying that we got a rebound by committee, and that's the thing. We can compare the 38 to their 50, but you can even go even further and compare the starters' rebounds to the bench's rebounds. Everybody on the bench got themselves some rebounds, some multiple. I mean, Burks the only one that only had 1 rebound, but they were doing what was needed to do. They were rebounding by committee. When it comes to those starters, it goes to the same 2 guys with Fournier and Kemba Walker. I understand, you know, but I can't even say that about Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker is solid at getting rebounds for his size. We got to give him credit for that, too. And he wasn't able to do that tonight. Maybe that goes back to the knee. Who knows? We can have that conversation another day. But, yeah, man, it was one of those things where we had said that when we were asked about it after the last game. What is the option? The only other thing could have been rebounding by committee. But then when we're flying all around the court trying to make up for leaving people open and stuff like that, it makes it a little bit harder for us to get those rebounds. And I think that's one of the biggest issues that we had. You brought up a really good point on, you know, yes, we were bringing in that extra help on Giannis, but they would always lead a guy like Pat Connaughton, George Hill in some instances, Grayson Allen. Those guys would be open. And we'd be flying in the air to try to get them, but then we have nobody down there for the rebound, and they get their second chance point. So, yeah, it's one of those things where we saw the second unit do it so well, where it was, you know, Taj Gibson leading the way, but everybody else helping out with the rebounds. And I think that's really what our identity has to be. We did that well last year. We got to bring that back. You know, I'm going to keep chalking it up for give it time. You know, we're 7-5. You got to. We can't get too we can't jump out the window this quickly. I know a lot of people are in the chat But man, it's starting to get a little worrisome because more injuries are gonna come, more questions are gonna be asked. We heard what Tibbs had to say. We're probably gonna talk about that
we're gonna
later.
get to that after the calls. After a couple calls, we're gonna get to Tibbs' comments on that because that was definitely interesting. And then the last thing, again, as I said, JD, the thing, obviously we brought it back, tied it up at 89 in the fourth quarter, which was a miracle in itself after being down by 24. Give credit to the second unit again and again, but down by 4, 2 minutes 51 seconds left. Obi gets fouled by the Freak, and they show the replay. The Freak did get a piece of the ball, but he got his arm first. He gets his left arm first. And on the coach's challenge, they gave him the respect and overturned the call, man. I thought that was a brutal call. Completely zapped all the momentum. We lose the tip at center court, and then Connaughton just puts the dagger in with 2 back-to-back threes, bro.
Yeah, and I was thinking, is this the sign of the new NBA? Because there's been more physical contact. I know there's been the specific rule changes, but it seems like even overall, from just an overall standpoint of refereeing these games, the refs are allowing more to go. And so I don't know if that was part of that emphasis, because on the replay it did look like even the impact of Giannis' body to Obi, you saw it kind of tilted Obi to the side, and then he had the arm first. He had the arm first, maybe because he went straight up and did it. They didn't call it, but I also thought that it was a foul, and also because usually when the call that the refs make, you need to see no doubt evidence for them to overturn it. So if they call a foul, that was the call on the play. It's usually those plays are tough to overturn.
Usually it sticks.
So it was overturned, the call that was made on the court. So that was another slight surprise. Yeah. And then from there, you talk about the fourth quarter, the Knicks shot 54% from 3 and 50% from the field. But you know what was the issue? The Bucks shot 64% from 3.
Yeah, at one point they were trading threes.
Right. And so at that point is that cliche-ish thing of you extend all that energy to get back.
Sure.
I was starting to get worried about Taj. Taj, once you extend his minutes, you see him laboring a little bit. So it was going to be a tough way to close out the game, but that's why I still think it's a positive that they ended on the right note from the bench standpoint. I know in the end it got away from them, but I don't hold that against them because they gave you everything that they could.
Yeah. No question about it, man. No doubt about it. I want to salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Knicks post-game live presented by Manscaped. Knicks go down in a thriller, 112-100, man. Claw all the way back, tie the game, and lose it. Let us know what you guys think, man. It's your time to call us. 657-383-1509 is the number to call. I want to shout out some of the super chats that have come in so far. Shout out my guy, Jason Cal Canis checking in. He says starters were disgraceful. Agree. No burgers for the starters, JD. No burgers for the starters. Our second unit is playing with more heart, grit, and consistency than the starters. Shout out to DJ Tiggs 13. DJ Tiggs says, shouts to the bench for the grind and tips for keeping them in at the end, but our perimeter defense is our downfall right now. Yeah, that's a fact, man. The perimeter defense, it's not where it used to be, that's for sure. David Claudio sends a super chat, says refs did us dirty on that Obi play, but I'm hyped. Tibbs let the bench rock the entire fourth, which is a great thing to see. Future moves, tough L, but let's move on. All right, so let's go to the phones, hear what the people got to say. We got a lot of callers tonight, so keep it tight, keep it concise, and let's have a good show, man. So I'm going to start it off. Let me go to the OG, man. OG Dan from Long Island. Haven't heard from him in a while. Dan, how you feeling, man?
Yo, what's good? What's up, fellas? Hope everybody's doing well. And big respect to all the mods out there. Yo, I called after a loss because I figured I want the bandwagon to be empty. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys, new jacks, jumping on board.
Facts.
Whatever. But so I figured I'd call after a loss. Here's what I'm concerned about, guys. And listen, you're playing the champs. I get it. But the uninspired basketball at home, man. Whether it was Orlando, whether it was Cleveland, or tonight, it's not like Tibbs like. This is not like a Tibbs like type thing to happen. You figure, okay, sometimes shots aren't falling, But I'm a little surprised at the uninspired basketball at home in those games and for long stretches, and that's a concern. I don't know what that's a result of. But that's really the only thing bothering me. I mean, don't get me wrong. You guys are hitting on the head. The 3-point defense, perimeter defense has been poor. The rebound has been poor. But it's just the long stretches. I don't know what you guys think, if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but, it's a concern that we're playing better on the road, at least from, this is just from a layperson compared to at home. So I don't know what you guys thought about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right, man. And it's like they got to turn on the energy. If they don't have it one game, you figure when they go into Charlotte, they're gonna turn it up. Like again, the Fournier thing. Not to blame it on him because he's a guy that has to play off of the engines, i.e. Julius, i.e. Kemba. So if those guys don't have it cooking, he's not a guy that I expect to just turn it up on his own. But it's just overall, the starters, they just don't bring that consistent energy, man. That consistent energy is just not there. And again, a lot of it is they're dancing around the perimeter. We got to get to the bucket some more, man. And we don't force defenses to rotate. We don't force them to work. A lot of times they're just standing around watching Julius do his thing, watching Kemba do his thing. Isolation. We don't create advantages, whether it's the pick and roll or dribble drive, getting into the paint. It's just too stagnant.
Yeah, listen, I mean, I think your assessment's right on. Like I said, it just seems a little bit. I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it. It's still early days, so I don't want to get too concerned. But I don't know. Something seems off. I'm not concerned for the season at all. I think we'll be fine. But I don't know. There's something just a little bit off right now. I'm hoping the guys will put it together, whatever. And but the thing is, to all the cats in the chat who's saying Kemba's washed. Listen, I know he ain't who he was earlier, but I think the guy deserves 30 games. Let's give him 30 games, 40 games before we kill him. I mean, I think he deserves an opportunity to get himself back. To get himself back into. I don't expect him to be who he was when he was a kid, but I think he does deserve a little bit more time. Anyway, listen, guys, thanks for taking my call, man. Right, be good. Take care.
OG Dan.
Tibbs had a few thoughts about those. Give it some more games.
He did. Let's find that quote, matter of fact, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad, for your boys. Let me find that quote real quick, man.
I will say this while you find that quote, CP, about his comment. I do think the whole, people say it, there's a lot of things that people, that you could say, and some are valid, some are just media talk, some is cliche. But just like the Staples Center, where teams play the Lakers and you have these players out of nowhere that have these crazy performances, I think the Madison Square Garden, New York scene, that whole thing, it's real. I mean, I've never seen a player like LeBron James tweet so much about Knicks games in the Garden on his off days. I think between players, the whole energy of going to the Mecca, the whole stage, I think it's a real thing. And this year, it's not mixing up well because some of their personnel are more finesse players. Last year they had more grit. When you have grit and toughness, that translates anywhere. Translates at home, translates on the road. When you have more of a finesse team, and you're at home and now you have to match that energy of every opponent. Yes, the Knicks are not championship favorites. Yes, the Knicks are not the defending champs, but the Knicks are playing in Madison Square Garden. They're playing in New York City. And to opponents, that means something, especially young players, because they know, you have this crazy performance at the Garden. It's going to be all over social media. People are going to talk about it. It has a little bit more meaning. Even when the Knicks teams were bad teams, it had more meaning to opponents. So I think they're dealing with that. And the issue is some of the other personnel changes that they made, they brought in more finesse than, grit and toughness. So they have to figure that out, man. Because it's not going to change.
Got to figure it out, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. All right, let's go to this Tibbs comment on needing time to gel. Let's hear what Tibbs had to say here.
You know what they say. when it's 10 games, you say you need 20. And when you get to 20, you say 30. And then when you get to 30, you say 40. And then before you know it, the season's over. So it's a bunch of bullshit.
Whoa.
You know what they
And
say.
shout out to the guy who had his hand on the censor button, because my man went OD. So apologies to everybody's ears out there. That wasn't me. You guys know it's a family show over here, but we don't got that type of technology. But whoever it was that was controlling that, we're just going crazy. So let me turn that off real quick. But yeah, Tibbs was tight. Tibbs was testy the whole press conference. CK, what can we do, man? You know. I don't know.
What is he gonna do? That's why.
What is he gonna do?
I just want to know what that is going to turn into. Is that him saying that he might make something? He might make an adjustment now, or I don't know. That's what I'm waiting to see what comes next of that quote. That's the big thing.
I think, you know, just going off of his track record of last year, I think, and again, whether it's early or not, I just feel like if Kemba's not giving us what he needs, I just feel like you'll see a similar situation that you saw with Peyton, with D Rose getting, maybe not starting, but getting more minutes and ultimately closing games. As he should. As we said in the beginning, he should be closing games because he's flat out better. But I think you'll see a situation where where the minutes get tilted and he ends up, you know, logging more and ultimately finishing games if the offensive malaise becomes a trend. So, well, we'll have to see that.
I think the interesting thing, and one of the signs will be the next time that there's a back-to-back, is that the moment now that you free, you know, as they say, free Grimes, free, you know, McBride, will he use that opportunity, you know, to kind of give some of the other younger players some minutes and see how they perform? Because you're going to end up in a weird situation, CP. We're going to keep playing this game again. So, okay, so we're going to go this season. You don't want to make the move to on Kemba, but then you're going to treat him like Peyton. He's going to play 12 minutes. You're hoping that his first 5 or 6 are productive. But then what about the rest of the game? You know, are you going to overextend Rose now?
Yeah.
Are you going to keep the rotation and then just give minutes to everyone else? I think there's going to come a point. And the only reason I say that is because I don't know, unless he changed the scheme, I don't know how the defense is going to improve, which is going to put pressure on the offense. Mm-hmm. And if the offense is not going to start, especially Fournier and Kemba, if they're not going to give us offensive production, the coach now is going to be pressured into making some personnel changes, in my opinion. Because to me, that would be kind of the only way that you're going to try to get, you know, a spark and improve all around. Yeah.
No doubt about it, man. All right, let's go to the phones here with some more people got to say. Let's go to some new callers. I see some of our regulars. We'll get to some new callers first and then get to you guys. Let me go to John in Staten Island. John in Shaolin, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
How you feel, man?
So I just wanted to, come on here and talk about, our defense, especially tonight. Our defense, listen, I don't know what it was, but I was talking to my friend after the game, and he spotted something out very accurate. At the end of the game, all we were doing is we went to go double team someone, and then someone was open for 3. You know what I mean? I feel like we got to stop with this double teaming, and we got to focus on more of man coverage. Bibbs is more of a defensive coach. I feel like that's what we have to focus on more. And another thing that I noticed, someone said the loss of Reggie Bullock kind of affected us more than we think, because he was a really good perimeter defensive player, and he helped us with that last year. Mm-hmm. And this year, every game, someone turns into Steph Curry and just goes all out from 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I get you 100%, man. I get you 100%. I mean, there's a lot of teams in the league that play similar schemes to the Knicks. The Bucks being one of them, in that you want to take away the high percentage shot. The high percentage shot is the layup, it's the dunk, and it's ultimately sending your guy to the free throw line and get free throws. Those are the 3 types of points that teams are trying to take away. Now, in doing so, you're going to be prone to giving up open threes. Now, the good teams find a way to rotate and close out on those threes forcing rush shots or bad shots or force running guys off of the line, and that's what the Knicks did well last year. They still gave up open attempts last year, but they were a bit better in tightening up in those areas. This year, the floodgates are open. They're the worst in the league in terms of giving up wide open threes by a large margin. So that's a problem.
No, yeah, and my bad. I don't mean to cut you off.
No,
but last year we were the best team at covering the three. I'm right about that, right?
Yeah. I believe we were number one in opponents' 3-point field goal percentage.
Yeah. So like I was saying, like I don't know. It's killing me every game. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're giving, especially tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like I was getting so hyped when quickly, he ISO'd, he popped the three, like he hit the three.
Yeah.
And then we just, we gave up all those threes at the end. That just like killed me.
Yeah, man. Appreciate the call, John. IQ was going in. It seems like though, CK, like IQ's finding his groove, man, which is good to see. Definitely seems like quickly getting his groove back, man. He was electric in that second half.
Yeah, cooled down a little bit there to end the game. But, yeah, definitely in the last few games we're seeing him look a little bit more like himself. We were saying it. I feel like he's just been in his head, and he's starting to get back in the groove of things. And, again, goes back to the Derrick Rose comment. I feel like Derrick Rose plays a big part in that. What happens when you take him out of that? I don't know. That there's a lot of questions that are going to be asked if Tibbs goes that route. I don't know if he will, but if he does, I think that's a big thing because, Emmanuel Quickly's been looking great. Still wanting to be more consistent because he cooled off a bit. Yeah, he did. But, definitely a lot better in this game.
JD, thoughts on IQ tonight?
He's continuing to build on, and it's been incrementally. We've seen it little by little with defensive energy, a few shots, a few points, and little by little, you're starting to see him, get into a groove in his overall game. You saw that one-on-one play against Bobby Portis. That was an impressive play, and his defensive energy has not, has been very solid, and he's gotten stronger to improve on that end this year. And, we're just hoping that now he builds and it becomes, a matter of consistency, because if he's able to continue this and become consistent, then Thibodeau will have easier answers. Maybe Thibodeau will go to him earlier. And now Thibodeau understands, okay, now I have IQ that can be consistent. You have Rose there. Now he can play the game that he played tonight. And so, IQ is an important part of this team, and hopefully he continues to build on tonight.
No doubt about it. And for the people at home, man, I spoke all this into existence. I knew we was going to have a good game from IQ tonight, and I did promise the chat that we were going to do a giveaway to celebrate 44K subscribers tonight. So tonight's giveaway is going to be an IQ swingman, new with the tags, no Fulton Street knockoff. This is the true blue swingman, Nike swingman, Emmanuel Quickly. Shout out my guy Shells Heavy for sponsoring the giveaways for tonight. So somebody's going home with that. We're going to do that in about 15 minutes. So stay tuned for your chance to win it. And you better be quick too, because it's coming by way of trivia. So you better be on your game. You're going to test the knowledge, see who's really a Knicks fan in here or who's a casual. All right, so tonight's giveaway is going to be an IQ swingman. It's an XL. We get the sizes that we feel like could fit a large amount of people, man. And, some people rock them true to size. Some people like to rock them bigger. It is what it is, man. Get involved. Shout out to IQ, finding his groove, getting his groove back. Let's get it going. All right, we'll take a couple more calls, and then we'll get to that. Let me hear from, let's go to ATL. Victor, what's going on?
Yo, what's going on?
How you feeling, bro?
First of all, I'm feeling good, man. Wanted to shout out my dad. He's the one who made me a huge Knicks fan.
Shout out to Dad.
So, huge shout out for him. Yeah, man. But anyways, what I wanted to say is, man, we're really living and dying by the three. I mean, the second quarter was pathetic. Tibbs continues to push this, three-ball initiative, and, we just continue to miss, and we're not trying to, move the ball around, get the ball on the inside. Kemba hasn't really shown too much of an opportunity, and he continues to turn the ball over and
what's the opportunity, man? He's got the ball in his hands. He's got the ball in his hands, bro.
Yeah,
He's a
I
point
really
guard.
think we need to, start moving away from him and start maybe thinking about starting IQ. Another thing I wanted to talk about was like how much of this rando ISO are we going to put up with? I mean, this man is like continuing to dominate the ball, and you know what's going to happen the last 10 seconds of the quarter when he has the ball. He's going to dribble the ball out, and he's going to pull up for a three. He continues to do that. He doesn't want to move the ball around. That's a problem. I mean, Another thing I want to talk about is, like, are we going to explore any trades? Maybe for second half, who should we look for? I mean, do we have anybody that we might want to give up to try and maybe build some perimeter defense?
It's fair.
It's
It's
a
a
big
fair
concern.
point. It's a fair point. It's a big concern. I don't know where they go to make a move or make a trade. I look. Is Burks an expendable guy? Is he a marketable guy? Is he a guy somebody wants? I just look at him because I don't see that they're not trading Fournier. They're not trading RJ. They're not trading, Mitch. I don't see Mitch getting traded. This the way this roster is composed, I'm not sure how many movable pieces they have to get something impactful. In this rotation.
Right, especially after the contracts that we gave. I mean, they have to be appealing to somebody else, and they have to be able to give up somebody who's going to make an impact immediately. And I just don't know how much perimeter defense on top of offense we can get. It's a huge issue. And, I mean, Fournier, he's good, but he's not proving to be this kind of, big minute hogger that we need that's going to be able to provide points, defense, and eat up a lot of our minutes. Because, he's proven to be a guy that we're just switching in and out, and we're putting him in, 10, 15 minutes at a time, and he's not just providing the results.
That's fair. That's fair points, man. Appreciate the call, Victor. And I saw 2 nights in a row people putting Covington out there in Portland. I mean, he's another bricklayer.
But here's the thing. Okay, Covington to me, I mean, you're not getting playmaking there. You're getting a spot up shooter, and that's it. And a defender. He plays solid defense. Yeah, he's not the defender he used to be though. He's in Portland. I watch a lot of the games. I'm a big Dame fan. But he's not the defender that he used to be. And he's more on reputation now. They actually got him when they acquired him was to help, remedy some of their issues, and their defensive issues has not improved much. And here's the thing with trades. If you are looking to make a move or you're interested in getting another perimeter player, it would probably you're probably going to look at defense, right? You're looking to improve that. But my thing is the player you're going to get a better defender than Miles McBride and Quentin Grimes? If they're not, if you just want to get a veteran on reputation, but they're not really better defenders, then why would you even give up assets for that? I would rather just play the young guys, see what you have there before I'm even thinking about, let's get a Robert Covington or, a 33-year-old defender when you got, two 20-year-old, 19-year-old guys there, 20, whatever they are, defenders and athletic players. I'd rather go with what we have on the young side before I'm even thinking about, incoming players. That's just me.
And the thing, CK, is like, you trying to go get Covington, you got to give Dame something because he's already struggling in Portland with a whack team. You got to give Dame something back in return, man.
When have the Blazers ever cared about getting Dame talent? Do we have to give him something?
I think they do. I just think they can't. I just think they don't have any marketable pieces.
I don't know. I feel like that guy's given them so many years, and they have not given him anything. The closest thing they gave him to any kind of step was Carmelo Anthony, and they didn't even resign him.
They got rid of him. Beasting with the Lakers.
If you guys really want a name just for fun, because everybody loves these type of things, I said it on the off-season show. One guy that I would look to would be a DeJounte Murray from the Spurs. Pop looks like he's gonna retire soon. They have a bunch of guards. They drafted. They got Lonnie Walker, who's a first round pick. They drafted Primo. Yeah. They have the other guy is not coming up in my White.
Derek White.
Derek White. So they have a little bit of a logjam there. He's on a good contract. That's something that I would consider in terms of giving up assets. And he plays defense, long defender. But other than that, something like that where you can get a young player, I'm looking to play the young guys first.
So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Knicks lose 112-100, man. Let's get those likes up. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Still rocking 1,100 deep in the chat. Knicks postgame live presented by Manscaped. CP the Franchise, JD Sports Talk, CK2K in the building. We got a lot of callers tonight, people. Keep it brief. I want your hottest take, and then you got to pass it to the next guy. We're going to go to Ashwin out in India on the Discord next. So Ashwin, get ready and get ready. Keep it brief, people. We got a lot of callers. I want to get to a lot of people tonight, but we may not be able to get to everybody. Come with your hottest take and keep it pushing. All right, Ashwin on the Discord. You're up next, bro. What's going on? Ashwin going once.
Hello.
Yep. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How's it going, guys?
Good, man. How you feeling? How you feeling about the game? What's going on?
Yeah, the game was bad. I mean, it was very good for me because for D-Rose and OB, I saw them play very good, so it was very good for me.
Mm-hmm.
Kemba situation, obviously, it's not good. Hibbs, that actually we could have won, but the bad call cut all the momentum, like you said. It destroyed the momentum and things. The reason we can't start D-Rose is because D-Rose is extremely selfless and he always gives the chance to play the rookies. I mean, he always passes IQ ball or he passes Burks to make the plays. He always lets the rookies make plays and helps them improve. And I don't think if Kemba goes to bench, he will do that much for the rookies.
Yeah,
and the way OB and Quick, they are growing, they won't grow as good with Kemba, if not with D-Rose, when D-Rose is in the game.
It's good points, man.
If we are looking to trade, if you are throwing out names, I would say best we could go for SGA or something.
Ooh, Ashwin's he's going for the gold.
Yeah, I mean, if Kemba and Fournier, they are not doing, they prove to be much more liability.
Yeah.
Future, then you pack them and send them for and a few round picks for SGA, and the way he cooked the Lakers. I mean, it was incredible.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did, man. And appreciate the call, man. We just gotta go rapid fire, people. Listen, I love to talk to everybody, man. We just gotta go rapid fire. SGA, he's a long-term target for me, but that's definitely a target. That guy is. He's an unbelievable talent, man. I love to have him.
I love both names.
Yeah, and
SGA and DeJounte Murray. I love both those names. I just don't know how realistic they are. That's all.
If you're dealing with Preston, you're gonna have to give.
It ain't coming. You ain't giving them back.
Draft picks that the Knicks don't even have in their front office yet.
Right. Well,
3,000, the year 3030, where we're not on Earth. You're gonna have to give them those draft picks too.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. That is a fact. All right, back to the phones we go. Shout out my guy Ashwin over in India, man. Everybody in the chat right now, throw your cities, throw your country in the chat right now. We just heard my guy Ashwin dropping bars all the way in India, so good morning to our people out there. All right, let's get back to the phones. I'm gonna hear from some new people, man. Let's go to Charleston. Will from Charleston, South Carolina. Will, what's going on?
Hey, how you guys doing? I'm gonna keep it brief, but first time caller, but I've been watching you guys for a couple of years now. I just wanted to talk about the importance of having our starting centers healthy. I think if the Knicks really want to make a push this year, and they need Mitch and Nerlens both very, very healthy. I love Taj, great Nick. I think he's from the Bronx, great guy.
Brooklyn.
But I kind of don't want to see him 4 minutes to go left in the fourth quarter in a close game against the Bucks. So I want to hear you guys' take on that. And thank you.
Look, you're absolutely right, man. Here it is. We're 12 minutes into the season, 12 games into the season, and our starting center is banged up, and our backup center came into the season banged up, and he's out of there again. So it's a big concern. It's hurting us on the boards. I think it's hurting our continuity defensively as well. And that's just the drawback, when you have those type of guys that are as talented as Noel and Mitch are on the defensive end for what they bring, it's due to their build for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a gift and a curse. their build allows them to help recover at the rim and help protect there, but it also leaves them to be susceptible to injuries. And injuries can happen to anybody, but I just feel like with those guys, it's a lot of how they're built that, they're banged up. So it's unfortunate because it's only 12 games into the season, and we just don't know which day is which in terms of them being healthy. CK, go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Nah, just you're 100% correct. Just scary. That's all I'm saying. To be this soon, and we're already playing, patty cake with our centers already. We knew it was going to come up because Nerlens has his history, Mitch has his history, but 12 games in, it's just a little scary. That's all. But we'll see.
And I think that's hurting the philosophy of how Tibbs wants to counter the perimeter defense, the weakness of the perimeter defense.
Yeah,
the philosophy is 48 minutes of rim protection, covering up some of those perimeter mistakes. That is a great philosophy, right? And it helped them last year. But the problem with that philosophy is if you actually don't have the two centers available to have the 48 minutes of rim protection, in the end, is it a good plan at all? So
yeah,
I think that's what they're dealing with as a front office. They made that, they got to make a decision with one guy. They invested in the other. But if they don't have them available, it's going to be an issue to improve defensively, because now you're going to ask the perimeter players to step up because you don't have Noel, or the other night you don't have Mitch.
Yeah.
Take your notes, Jericho. Take your notes, man. That's all I'm going to say. We need you to be ready, sir.
The Sim side is going to be percolating soon, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up on Free Boys. 1,200 people rocking in the chat. We're going to do our IQ jersey giveaway in just a few minutes. We're going to go to Will from the phones, and then we're going to go to Hasib is King on the Discord. So Hasib, get ready, because after we go to Will from Harlem, we're going to go to you. Will from Harlem, what's going on?
CP, what's going on, man?
How you feeling, bro?
I'm good, baby. I'm good. Good to talk to you. CK, JD, what's going on, gentlemen?
What's going on?
All right. Real quick, man. All I gotta say, man, about the game in our squad is I've been listening every show. Everybody's jumping out the window, 60 burgers, this, that, and the third. Slow down, man. Now everybody's like, is in dire straits. We're gonna be all right. Like I always say, man, this is a marathon, not a sprint. There's injuries, bad play. We got to get through all that first. And like Tibbs said, that's BS. We just got to handle it and play better at home. That's the bottom line. Please play better at home. We used to play bad on the road. Now it's reversed. We got to play better at home. That energy that the second unit played with, that's what they got to come with every game.
Yeah.
And hopefully, real quick, I'm about to be out of here. Hopefully, real quick, before we get to the 27th down here in the A with the Hawks, we got to get that same energy with that unit.
Yeah.
Play Obi. If he don't play Obi, we going to be in trouble. Obi need minutes because he got that garden rocking tonight. Cuz I'm out. Hopefully, I see y'all on the 27th.
Let's go.
And you know what I'm saying, CP? I love what y'all doing. Peace.
Appreciate you, Will. I think that was my guy, Will Latimer. Appreciate you, Will, man. Appreciate it. My guy, Obi, had the garden rocking, man. That alley that quickly threw to him was lit, man. MSU was blowing off the roof. Fat Joe and Jadakiss was going crazy on the bench, or courtside, rather. Chris Rock was out there in amusement. So, yeah, it was a good time for them. Definitely a good time for the Garden, but all for naught. Shout out to Rhyme Animal Chuck D. Fell sends a $20 super chat. Says, different league from last year. Post play has improved with gunslingers on deeper, faster perimeter. We needed help on Jared, Sabonis, Giannis. Center play is important. Why are our OGs, Taj and Rose, our most energetic players? That's a fair point. That's a fair point by the Rhyme Animal, man. The vets get it. So hopefully that energy permeates. CK, what's up?
No, 100%. That's all I was gonna say. Like he's 100%. I mean, normally as he typically is, but yeah, we you can't go away from the veterans. I understand, and when I make my points about wanting to see guys and JD looking like he's slowly making his way over with us, I hear you, bro. You saying it earlier.
Is JD putting the grill away?
No. I'm just grill steak. Don't put it in storage yet. But I'm talking about as far as like rocking with the those vets and playing with those the younger guys. I do think that it just helps out both ways when you do go to the younger guys instead of looking for trade pieces and stuff like that. And when we got guys that, you know, are known to do that 3D, what was the one thing we talked about all off season? We were saying we need a point guard and we need a 3-and-D player. We drafted one. Let's see if it works out. And we might even get a bonus with Deuce, you know? So, I just wanted to add that part. But, I for the most part, I agree with what Chuck said.
Fellas, let's shout out some people, man, from around the world. Everybody checking in. Shout out our guy, David Futternick, CK, checking in, representing the West Coast. Knicks contingent. Bernard Williams checking in from North Miami, 305. What's going on? Elias Dante checking in from Gramsterdam. Checking in from Amsterdam. Let's go. Josh Smooth, New York. What's going on? Pseudonym Shoip checking in from New Jersey. All right. Shout out to our people across the swamp. Lash, what's good, man? Lash checking in from Dallas. Joe X, Chicago. Salutes, Chi-Town. Marcelo Lindo checking in Hollis, Queens. Let's go. We got Ivan Omar, Kuala Lumpur. We got Malaysia in the building, fellas. So we worldwide, man. We touching every point on the map. We got J.A. representing. Shout out DJ Just Jordan. Shamboy72 Abel repping Jamaica. I'm seeing some Dominican flags in the building here, JD. Who you want to shout out here, bro?
Marcelo Lindo, Hollis, Queens. Queens, stand up.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Ghost Kid from Jersey. We got LaShawn Paul from Dallas. Joe X from Chicago. Got Chicago in the building, and David Futternick from LA.
Yeah, man.
You already know he's repping on the West Coast, down over there with CK. CK, you know, his palatial estate. You know, CK lives in a palace, so
yeah, he's you chill with that, bro.
And you know, shout out to all the mods and everyone, you know, everyone that's tuning in.
Absolutely, man. CK, we want to shout out real quick.
Yeah, I see my man Bernard over there representing Miami.
Let's
shout
go
out to Ash, missing you tonight. Looking at New York, we got Josh Smooth, everybody. Yeah, I was gonna shout out to Queens, one shout out to my man from Queens, yes sir, House Queens, you see it. But yeah, I think we hit all of them.
Yeah, man.
Albuquerque, Maxwell Walter from Albuquerque. That's what's up. Okay,
let's go.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, Albuquerque in here repping, man. Albuquerque is in here repping. So, a couple things. Let's pay some bills real quick, fellas. As you guys know in the chat, number one, the show is presented by Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com. Enter promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping on the Lawnmower 4.0. You have the Performance Package 4.0. Great products for all you guys out there. Over 2 million satisfied customers worldwide, man. So as you know, Manscaped is supporting us for the entire season. So we'd like for you guys to support us, and that's by supporting our sponsors like Manscaped. So go to manscaped.com, enter promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. And in addition to Manscaped, fellas, as you guys know, we are also sponsored by Prize Picks, one of the easiest daily fantasy sports prop games there is out there, man. Go to prizepicks.com, enter promo code KFTV for a 100% match on your deposit of up to $100 or more. Prize Picks offers more daily NBA fantasy props than any other daily fantasy prop operator. They offer the superstar props, the bench props, even for the guys that don't get many minutes. You can get props on across sports. So you don't even have to play basketball. You can play basketball, football, Premier League, soccer, whatever the case may be, whatever you're into. You can mix and match. And all you have to do is pick 2 props, a minimum of 2. Between 2 and 5 props, and you're in the game. So tonight, fellas, here's the picks that I went for tonight. I went with the Freak tonight. I went with the Freak and the over on points. I just felt like with Nerlens having played him so well defensively and Nerlens being out of the game, I wasn't sure how well we were going to defend. We ended up defending him fairly well for a good chunk of this game. I did go with the Freak for over 27.5 points. Didn't get it tonight. Went with RJ, JD, with the over 16.5 points. RJ in that offensive malaise didn't have it, man. I was riding that RJ wave high and dry, but didn't get it tonight. And went with Timmy in Chicago, Dallas in Chicago, Chicago sporting one of the best half-court defenses in the league. I went with Tim Hardaway Jr. under 15.5 points tonight, and he just cracked it late in the fourth quarter, man, with a 3, and ended up with 18. But here's where I hit, though. Ja Morant, man, one of the hottest players in the league, man. At home against Charlotte. Charlotte, one of the worst defenses in the league right now. I thought that was an easy over, and we definitely hit on that. And then I went one late. I went one late on the West Coast and ended up going with the under for Karl Anthony Towns. I was thinking about Valanciunas in terms of going over the 13 rebounds, but I didn't really like that. But I did like Golden State at home against the Timberwolves. I went with Karl Anthony Towns under 23.5 points. That game obviously just tipping off at 10 o'clock, so we'll see how I did there. And again, I went with the flex pay. $20 entry for a chance to win $200. Didn't get the job done tonight, but I'm going to bounce back in a major way. I'm in a major way next week, JD. In a major way next week. So once again, fellas, go to prizepicks.com and play your chance, man. Easy daily fantasy sports props. Go to prizepicks.com and the promo code KFTV and receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. You don't have to put in $100, but you get a match up to $100. JD, how you feeling, bro?
Well, I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to just start charging you because I didn't play Giannis under.
Yeah,
I actually wanted to throw an extra ticket, but it was like 731, and so at that point, I said I wanted to do like a 2-player ticket because I was debating Giannis the whole day.
Yeah,
but I thought second of a back-to-back. Also, the way the Knicks play him, having a shot blocker and then either putting Randall or one of these bigger guys on him, he has trouble getting easier looks against the Knicks. He has to hit perimeter shots. So I thought, in a second of a back-to-back, I didn't think he played a lot of minutes last night. I'm like, I don't know if he's going to get 28 points. But what I did play was I played 5 players, a 5-player ticket. I played Jared Allen over 12.5 rebounds. I missed on that. He had 10 rebounds. RJ Barrett over 16.5 points. I missed on that.
Yeah, RJ's cooling off.
However, I know you're waiting for me to lose, CP. However, I said 5 players. I named 2.
Yeah.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I went over 15.5 points. He had 33.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Dame under 3.5 3-pointers. Dame hit, I think, maybe 1 tonight against the Suns.
Good call.
And I have Steph Curry, which I guess we have to wait, under 5.5 threes. At this point, he has 2 3-pointers made. They are up 20. And I was thinking, the Warriors may blow out the Timberwolves. He's playing Patrick Beverly. I don't know if Curry's going to get 6 3-pointers in this game.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm looking good. If this game ends, I win 3 out of 5, and I come out with some money. Not a lot of money.
On the flex pay.
But on the flex play, you come out with some money.
Nice.
So for those of you that want to play and you're starting out, I recommend start out with the flex. Don't get too greedy.
Yeah.
And put in $5-10 $10 tickets and build up and see how it goes.
Yeah. You can play, as he said, 5, 10, 20, whatever you want to. And again, you have a chance to win based on, you don't have to get all 5 right. You can win based on getting 3 right, 4, 5, so on and so forth. So that is our prize pick segment of the night. Back to the Discord we go. Hasib is king. Unmute your mic, sir. You're live and direct. Hasib is king, going once. Oh, just missing his chance. Missing his chance, Dave. All right, we're gonna disconnect Hasib is king. Let's go to Joseph from Brooklyn. Joseph, get ready. Joseph from Brooklyn. Joseph. All right, these guys ain't ready, Dave. These guys ain't ready. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the phones. I'm gonna go to my guy Rock from Atlanta and then
CP.
Oh, hey, how are you,
CP?
man? Yo, loud and clear, bro.
Yo, my bad on that one.
Where were you, man? Where were you, bro?
I'm not gonna lie, man. I was playing 2K. I didn't hear you on my phone.
This is why I start to queue them up on the Discord now, fellas, because
I'm here, bro. Nah, I heard you say Hasim. I was like, oh, I'm next.
Oh man, I hope were you winning at least? Were you doing better than the Knicks tonight, bro?
The game just started, man. My boys, the Knicks, and I'm the Grizzlies. The game just started.
All right. Put in work, man. What's going on? What's your game points?
Shoot threes.
Basically, tonight, I'm gonna be straight up. I feel like Tibbs lost the game for us.
Ah.
And here's the thing: one game we talking about Tibbs doesn't play our bench enough, and tonight he plays our bench too much, to the point where we put our bench in to where we could get back into the game. But then once we tie it 89-89, that's when we put in RJ and Julius back in.
But what evidence did they show you throughout the rest of the 40 minutes that they were gonna get it done for you tonight?
Not that I think that they're gonna get it done, but I would leave Quick and D Rose in, right? But I just have more faith in RJ and Julius to show up at the end of a game compared to Obi in the closing minutes in the fourth against the starting five of the Bucks.
Enjoy the 2K tonight, bro.
You get where I'm coming from? I feel like they haven't been in those situations all season. And to be put
how's
in
the score?
Now,
how's the score?
I'm gonna let you get back to the 2K, Joe. Call back anytime, man. I'm gonna disagree respectfully. I'm gonna let you get back to the game, man. I want you to win. Yeah,
that's just where I was coming from tonight.
No,
maybe I was the only one.
All good. The chats. I'm trying to save you from some tomatoes, man. The chat is wild.
That's all we try.
The tomatoes. It's all good. It's all good. I see the tomatoes. It's fine. I'll keep calling back.
All love,
but that's just.
Yeah, all good, man. Yo, listen, man. Any take is welcome on this show, man. Any take, whether we agree or disagree. You know, we gotta have some fun. We lost a tough game, so we gotta have some fun at your expense.
Your expense.
Yeah, I just wasn't going there tonight, fellas. You know, not with the starters. I liked what I was seeing from D Rose, Quick, Obi. My guy Perks was in the building. Come on, man. I was loving what the second unit was giving us, especially JD when I felt like they were gonna win this game for us. When I called it, and I was ready to be vindicated.
Yeah, I had the grill ready. The grill ready. It was heating up. I was gonna put the bib, the mitt, the hat. I was gonna, cook while you was having the show.
Yeah.
And then, we saw what happened after. I had to put the grill back and act like I didn't.
Had to put it back in, man.
Yeah.
Had to put it back in. So, yeah, I was fine with it. And I did figure that, in the end, they were probably going to burn out. But I was ready to win or lose with these guys, man. They earned it. I thought Tibbs did a good job keeping them in. Maybe that sends maybe that sends a message to the starters to say, listen, your spot's not guaranteed to close here. Because here it is. He's not afraid to close with his second unit because they gave us the energy. They had a flow on offense. They played defense. They got on the boards. 68 points off the bench. I'm okay with that. This is not on Tibbs, man. I'm okay with it. I'm definitely okay with it. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Oh, I want to shout out SB Gorilla sends a super chat. 2 super chats. Says Obi needs to play more. We have an issue with the guards breaking down the defense. I'm sure Grimes and Deuce are playing good defense in practice. Free Obi, free the young guards. SB Gorilla, a.k.a. the Bayesian sensation. I'm out.
Hey,
that's your peoples.
Yes,
but before that, he sends another super chat that says, let's be real, Julius is not cutting it. He needs to make better and quicker decisions. Fellas, let this marinate. When Obi is in the game, the 4 other players are extremely excited. Ball is popping. Everyone is amped. I can't put this on Julius, man. They just didn't have it. He didn't have it tonight. He didn't have it tonight. To say he's not cutting it, I mean, it depends on what your expectations are of him. It depends on what your expectations are of him.
A lot of people's expectations are very high.
Very high.
12 games in.
Yeah. Very high, man. So, listen, the angst is, it's understandable. It just is what it is. Del Will, super chat, $10 super chat. The second unit energy hits different. RJ passing, looking better and better. Run the offense through him. Well, that's what we've been saying past couple of days, JD, is that if Kemba's not going to be able to attack and break down defenses, and if Julius isn't going to be able to do that, then where else we have no other choice.
We have to, and I at this point I'm starting the game, having RJ drive to the basket. Let's you talk about energy. Let's involve Mitch in some pick and rolls. Try to get some alley-oops, some quick buckets for him in the paint.
Yeah.
Get him active, And if not, because Mitch can set good screens, and you see when he does that for RJ, he actually creates spacing for RJ to get to the basket easier.
Yeah.
Now RJ has a decision to make, and with RJ having the ball in his hands, you're hoping Fournier can be a threat from the outside. Julius, he's not involved, and many Knicks fans want flow in the offense. You're gonna get a little bit more flow, I think, running more action through RJ. And if you're not going to do that, then let's get Fournier moving with Randall. Like, let's do some of that. And enough with this ISO stuff and relying on Kemba to get to the basket. It's not happening, because
it's not happening, bro.
Even when Kemba is getting the screen, and you see he has creases and lanes to drive to the basket, he's stopping. He's stopping by the free throw line.
He's stopping
and he's doing that hesitation step back, and he's coming right back out to the perimeter.
Yeah.
So if that's how he's gonna play, then he has to hit the shot. If he doesn't, you're gonna have to switch it up, man.
Yeah, no doubt about it, bro. Great points. Great points there. All right, I want to hear from let me hear from my guy Rock from Atlanta, and then we're going to do the quickly jersey giveaway. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Rock from ATL. Rock, what's going on?
Fellas, what it do?
How you feeling,
bro? I'm good, man. Basically after the game, but I watched the game, and the last caller said that he blamed it on Tibbs, and I somewhat agree with him, only because I know coming in to the third quarter being down 9, we already saw the energy that the second unit got us back into the game before we went into the half. Then when the starters came back in, that momentum, the lead gradually got bigger. So my thing is, I was screaming at Tibbs, like, okay, how long are you going to wait before you bring in some fresh legs and change the energy? He waited until he was down 24 to bring in the bench, and then left him in for the rest of the game. I felt like if he had switched it up earlier in the third, we could have got some energy and then brought the starter. I love that he left the bench in there, because they earned those minutes. But I just felt like he waited too long, and he was just watching instead of saying, okay, what can I do? Who can I bring in there? And even in the press conference, he said, I was searching. But I said, when were you searching?
Yeah, he's always searching. That's Tibbs' favorite line. I was searching.
That's what I'm
he
saying.
He says that a lot last year.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, it's time to stop searching. You should know who your personnel is.
Yeah.
And, okay, this is who's going to bring me energy. Let me get them in at this moment in the game, and then get the starters a breather. And then if they don't, like tonight, like I said, the bench earned those minutes down the stretch. I wanted them to finish the game. But my thing is, if he hadn't waited so long, he wouldn't have had to do that.
Okay, that's fair. Fair points from Rock from ATL. Thanks for the call, bro. Thanks for the call. Not a bad one. Not a bad thought. All right, let's get to this trivia. Let's get to it. As promised, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. How many likes we got right now, first off?
I have
500?
505.
505.
We got 1,000 people in chat right now. Everybody hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button. Let's get to 800 likes, and then we'll do the trivia, man. We're a little bit too generous tonight. Let's get those likes up. Hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button for you boys, and then we'll do the trivia. So until then, let's get back to the phones, man. Let's go to JJ from Brooklyn. JJ, what's going on?
Yo, fellas, what's good? How you guys doing, man?
Good, man. What's going on?
Chilling. A few points first, man. Like, first, I want quickly in the starting lineup, ASAP. I'm loving his defense as well as his offense. The game in Milwaukee last week that we came back and won, I feel like his defense was a real big key to that. I just love the way he's pressuring teams' point guards from all the way down court. His press defense has been really good. His defense has really impressed me lately. And also, I want Rose as the backup. No offense to Kemba, but I want him as the third string. He's just killing us. It's not all on him, but him and Fournier are just killing us every game. I want Grimes to get more minutes. And a couple other points. First, I feel like last year with no fans, I feel like it really benefited us because opposing teams, they love coming to the Garden when there's 20,000 roaring Knicks fans. And last year, I feel like the teams, they didn't have that. They weren't as amped, with an empty crowd.
So I feel like we got to match that intensity, if not double or triple it. I just feel like we got to match that. Teams love playing at the Garden, especially opposing team star players. They love killing at the Garden, so we got to bring that intensity. And I just love the way Obi played, man. His, just the way he runs up and down the floor. He just, the crowd goes crazy every time he's in the game. They're chanting Obi. So I'm just hoping quickly can get in that starting lineup, man, because Kemba's he's absolutely killing us, man. But
right, man.
That's it. You guys have a good one, all right?
Appreciate the call, man. Appreciate the call. Jay from Florida, what's going on, Jay? Hit that like button, people. Let's get those likes up. How many likes we got right now?
Yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.
Let's go.
For your boys. Turn it up. You know how I go already, man.
Here we go.
I'm looking at Fournier. Fournier played 4 games, last 4 games, 25 minutes, 24 minutes, 26 minutes, 18 minutes tonight. He's making $207,000 a game. That's his game.
He's breaking
that's a lot of money.
He's breaking it down
research.
minute by minute. Let's go.
I had to look at it tonight because I was like, yo, you got the second highest player on the team making $207 a night and barely playing in the second half. Like, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem. When Leon signed him, you're looking at the vision to have a closer. Like, you can't have $207,000 just sitting on the bench. A lot of people say Kemba, $8 million, that was a good deal. They could have signed Lonzo, bro. They could have signed Lonzo for the same money they paying Evan. And they could have had a 25-year-old point guard that could play perimeter defense. The problem that we have right now is 25 years old, Lonzo with RJ and Randall for the next couple of years. So, I look at it like that. Lonzo would have been a good player to sign on the cheap because he didn't get paid a lot of money. Obi's a smart guy, man. Obi's a smart player. He cuts well. He set up Quick for a nice 3. Quick just missed the 3. But Obi is a smart player. The offense clicks when Obi's playing. I like Quick, man, but you can't start Quick and Kemba. Quick is still a small guard, man. You got to have somebody with a little size in that starting lineup. Kemba looks cooked. I'm gonna keep 100. Kemba looks finished. Even at the $8 million number, bro, he looks finished, brother.
The money ain't making a difference.
He's not giving you nothing. Yeah, man, he is cooked, brother. Back to the whole trading for another, Covington. Who we gonna trade for? Year by year, we losing more and more assets. We don't have a treasure chest. I see people in the chat talking about trading for Dame and all that. Who we trading for Dame? Like, year by year, our assets is getting lower and lower. We gotta move now. If we don't move now, we stuck in neutral. I keep saying I don't want to be mediocre. I want to win the chip eventually. The fourth seed is coming back to bite us again. I'm sorry. We looking like a playing team, like I've been saying. The facts is the facts, my brothers. The facts is the facts. I think another player I think that would be a good pickup. Y'all might kill me. A couple years ago, Andrew Wiggins. They was talking about maybe trading Wiggins and attaching a pick to it to give up the money. Andrew Wiggins is balling. He's a big reason why the Warriors is playing good. He's a 3-and-D wing, does everything well, and he's still 25, 26 years old. We need young guys, man. You can see what kind of impact these older players is having. Taj game to game, you can see if he plays a lot of minutes the game before, the next game he has nothing in him. Rose yesterday didn't have nothing in him, or like the Philly game. Kemba is pretty much hobbling down the court. Like, we need young players. That's why the Lonzo signing was good. That's why you got to make your draft picks and hit your draft picks, because it's a young man's league. You still need your vets. Don't get me wrong. You still need your vets to teach the young guys. But Zoe would have been nasty. CK, I know CK feeling me right now. Zoe would have been nasty on his team. Yeah, I know CK feeling that. Zoe would have been nasty on his team, and he would have corrected a lot of wrongs, man, with that perimeter defense, that three-point shooting, and his age overall. You know what I'm saying? I'm going, man.
Wow.
As soon as he said Lonzo, the first thing I did, I went to look at the screen just to see what CK was looking like, bro. CK tried to hold it. He tried to hold it to smile. He was like, I tried to tell you. I'll say this, though. I'll say this about Lonzo. I mean, I personally don't think the Knicks, based on how it happened, I don't think they just weren't interested at all after the trade deadline, because there was no effort made. But I'm with you, CP. The one thing I had against it was, I don't think Lonzo is a pure point guard, or he's the type of point guard that you need in terms of getting to the basket.
No, I think we have the same issues.
However, the problem is, look what we're getting. What we have now, it's the same thing. So it's like, hey, Lonzo would have worked because we still don't have that element anyways. And Lonzo at least would have provided
your defense would have been tight.
shot.
Your defense would have been much
6'6" defender.
Yeah,
Oof.
yeah.
So,
hey man, how you guys feeling? How are you guys feeling in the chat, man? Rate Jay from Florida's call. I see a lot of tomatoes, but I'm seeing some 5s too, man. Rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. What do you guys think, man? I thought he was dropping some bars, CK. I thought he was dropping a couple of bars, man.
Me too.
Nights like tonight, but you think, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was a thought-provoking call. I got to get that one a 5.
Yeah, 5. I'm not addressing. I'm not gonna answer. I know you guys want me to I tried it. I'm not doing it. Y'all not gonna get me to do it. I whiteboards. I've been preaching all off season.
Yeah.
Don't come at me now. When we played the Bulls, y'all were coming at me a little bit. CK, so much for love.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Lonzo Ball, man. He on the Bulls. That's not my problem. The second place Bulls. That's not my problem. I don't want to talk about that.
I think for the simple fact that Jay came with Evan Fournier's actual paycheck for tonight.
Yeah, he broke it down per game.
He's like, you can't have that in the second half. So I guess, he earned $100 and something thousand, and he left $100 and something thousand on the table. Since
he broke it down per game, bro. He came with it. I got to give him extra points for that, man. He did his research. Right. He did his research. It was well thought out call, man. I got to give that one a 5 tonight. I thought Jay was on the money. I got to give Debbie Downer some credit, bro. He was on the money tonight. All right, so here's what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna give the jersey away, man. Let's get those likes up. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. We're gonna give the jersey away. Take a couple more calls and wrap up. Thought we dragged this thing to death. Knicks back at it in Charlotte in the QC. Gets an interesting Charlotte Hornets team. LaMelo, Rozier. You got Miles Bridges bowling out. What's his name? Is that guy hurt yet? What's his name? Hayward still playing with them?
He's playing good too.
Okay. I didn't know if he was out with like a hangnail or something. He's always got like those little like.
How about this, CP? Let me put you on the spot. Mm-hmm. Friday, we're at Charlotte. Mm-hmm. Is this a must win? Charlotte's 6-7. So they started hot. They've actually lost 5 of their last 6 games. No, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm right. They've lost 5 of the last 6 games. So they're reeling a little bit. This is their first home game from a West Coast trip. They had a 5 game West Coast trips. Was their first game home. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure they're excited to be home. I'm wondering if this is an early kind of must-win situation for the Knicks.
Well, I mean, you don't want to get into too many of these losing streaks, right? Eventually, you want to start ripping off a couple win streaks. Again, this is a team that could be in your neighborhood once playoff times come and playoff seeding has to be decided. So you can't overlook these games. The Bucks is one thing. It would have been nice to get another win over them, but these games are more important to me. I don't look at the Bucks thing as a measuring stick because we're not in their league regardless. We're not competing for a championship. The Charlotte thing though, that's when, because you want to get out of that play-in. You know what I mean? You don't want to be 7, 8, 9, 10. You want to be 4, 5, 6 at the worst. So I'm gonna say it is a must win. Because we have to figure out who we are as a team.
Well, that just made Friday's post game a lot more interesting.
Yeah, and the way that we're playing with these splits, I think we will win. You know what I'm saying?
Watch them go out Friday and play well.
Yeah, I think we will win. All right, so the Knicks lost tonight, 112-100, as everybody knows. Came out the losers. But we're gonna send somebody home and win it tonight.
There you go. That's what's about.
You know what I mean? This is what we do. This is the number one show for the fans, by the fans, for a reason. Because we give back. We give back to the people that support us. I got over 1,000 people in the chat. Regardless, rocking with us. Let's go. So who's ready to win? People, you better have your fingers on the trigger, man, because I'm telling you, it's gonna go fast. Let me turn on slow-mo mode real quick. That way we limit the cheaters in here. All right, so let's slow-mo the chat a little bit. How do I slow-mo the chat? That's an interesting question, bro. Dave, how we slow-mo the chat, man? YouTube switch my my buttons around here. Let's throw a 60-second slow-mo on, Dave, if we haven't already. Because I forgot where the settings were. Hold up. Yeah, I completely forgot where all the settings were, Dave. So just throw a 60-second slow-mo mode on the chat. All right, Dave says he's on it, so let's go. Also, commercial real quick. I'll be on SNY's The Putback with Ian Begley tomorrow. Special start time 1 p.m. Veterans Day edition of The Putback with Ian Begley on SNY, YouTube, Facebook as well. So look out for the link for that. Should be coming up. I think they just sent me the link for it right now.
And slow-mo is officially on.
Slow-mo's on. All right, Dave. Let's go. Here we go. Who's ready to win? Because tonight's trivia question for the Quickly Swing Man is this. What is the New York Knicks' longest winning streak of all time? Is it A, 20? Is it B, 18? Is it C, 16? Or is it D, 22? The longest winning streak in Knicks history, people. What is it gonna be? A, B, C, or D? CKJD, what do you think, man?
I think my memory's failing me. Well, I can't. I'm gonna wait. Can I answer yet?
Yeah, you can. I'm sure somebody's gotten it. I mean,
yeah, everyone.
I'm sure people have abacadabra the chat up already, so somebody's got
right.
it, whether they know it or not.
I'm stuck on 18 and 16, but my heart's telling me to stick with 18, so I'm gonna go with B.
B 18 for CK?
Yeah.
Final answer.
Yeah.
JD, how you feeling? All time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sick with B.
You said B or C, CK?
Yeah, I'm going with B though.
B.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I think I want to go with B with CK, but I'll go. Yeah, I'm at heart. I'm gonna go with B, but I'll go with C16.
C16. Okay. All right. Salute to everybody in the chat. Shout out Dawn Baxter in the chat. Chuck, what's your answer, Chuck? I don't know if Chuck answered. And TM let's see who wins here. All right. So CK's going B18, JD's going C16. And the answer is 18.
Because I was thinking at A, but I'm like, I don't think I've ever known the Knicks to ever have 20 wins in a row. Yeah.
The championship season, led by Walt Clyde Frazier, Willis Reed, Dave DeBuscher, Dick Barnett, fallback baby jumper. 18, the 69-70 Knicks were a force to be reckoned with on their way to their first ever championship. 18, the longest winning streak in Knicks history. All right, TM, Dave, who won it? Who we saying congratulations to?
That's crazy.
Who got that? 18.
Because I'm thinking about like last year, we got hyped when the Knicks won 9, and just to think this team won 9 more after that.
18, bro. 18.
Because 18, you have to run into good teams.
Yeah.
You know, our winning streak was stopped by the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
A good team last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Man, that's a great record.
Okay,
man.
so the winner has been announced. Congratulations to Dead the Hype. Dead the Hype is going home with the Quickly Swingman. Brand new with the tags. No Fulton Street knockoffs. No Jamaica Ave junk. This is the real deal Holyfield, man. Real deal Holyfield. Congratulations to Dead the Hype.
And CP, that was the first answer. You were 1 for 1. The very first answer was B by Dead the Hype, and he was right.
Really? The very first answer in the chat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what's up.
He was ready. I told you got to be ready, man.
That's what's up.
That was good, man. And we got a lot more of these, man. Shout out my guy Shells Heavy, donating all the items for our giveaways this year. So we got a ton more to go, man. I got some very I don't know what the word. I can't put my finger on the word, but some interesting ones, to say the least. Jerseys wise, some interesting jerseys that would make a good collector's piece as well. So Dead the Hype is going home with the Quickly Swingman, man. Congratulations, bro. All right, let's wrap this up. It's getting late here. Let me close this thing off with Papa Left. Papa Left, go ahead, man. Let's wrap. Papa Left. Papa Left. Ooh, and Papa Left has missed his chance to be the closer.
Papa Left went right tonight.
Papa Left went right. So he's going to give his spot up because the closer of the night is going to Angel. Angel from Philly. What's going on?
Ooh.
Yo, what's good, CP?
What's good?
Hey, JD, my pop said thank you for the birthday wish as well. So he said, you ever come to Philly, there's some free Spanish food for you, too.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Some love there. My guy CK2K, bro, I know you look upset right now, but listen, it's not the end, brother. You know what I'm saying? But hey, listen, man. CP, how many likes we got, bro?
How many likes we got now right now, JD?
603.
603. 603 right
Come on, man. Y'all gotta hit that thumbs up for y'all boys, man. Let's be honest, man. Now listen, when it comes to this game, man, first thing first, you know, I'm more disappointed in just the effort and the starters, right? Because it's a continuous thing. The one thing I really don't like is the fact that every time someone drops, they're automatically kicking it out to the corner and hitting these threes, you know, and it's like we have to adjust when it comes to that. I honestly think we need to stop helping so much and just make them make tough, you know, mid-range jump shots or, you know, baskets to the rim, you know, and I just feel like we're giving up way too many threes, man. We're not going to, you know, make any kind of serious moves if we're letting teams hit threes the way that they are, you know. And honestly, I think I agree with JD. It's a good thing that this game happened because maybe it'll wake us up and say, you know what, this is Madison Square Garden. Everybody wants to play here. We can't just be letting teams shoot threes all game long. You know, I mean, they hit so many threes tonight. That was the most in Knicks history at the Garden, 26-3. That's a lot of threes. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to blame this on Tibbs because I would have rolled with the bench as well. You know, I really thought the bench, you know, really sparked us scoring 68 points, you know, compared to Milwaukee, you know, and I just feel like it's time to play the young guys. I'm not saying start them, but, you know, if Kemba's going to play like this and Fournier is not going to make any jump shots, I really think they need to start going to the basket more, you know, and keep Rose where he's at because he can't start. I just feel like it's time for Quickly to get more minutes. And Obi, you have to give these dudes minutes, man. And I'm all about the young guys, and I think McBride, you know, should get some playing time too because if defense is the issue, why go trade when you already have talent that can play defense? So I just think I'm not going to give up on a starting five yet because we started off good and now we hit a little rough patch. But at some point, we got to let the young guys play, man. We got to let these young guys cook because you see when Obi's on that court, the team looks completely different, you know. So let's just not lose faith in this team, man, because honestly, this is going to make us better, man. It's just one game at a time, and this next game coming up, we got to win this game, man, because you don't want to, you know, be playing really hard at the end of the season for a play-in because you're losing to Charlotte early in the season. So we got to start beating these teams that I feel we're better than, and we just going to take it one day at a time. Okay. And, you know, as always, man, thank you guys for taking my call. Y'all have a good night. Appreciate you
bro.
guys. Y'all have a good one.
Angel from Philly closing the show. Great show, everybody. Once again, tough loss, but great show either way, man. We will bounce back and hopefully get a win in the QC, man, which is on the road. But you know, Knicks fans travel. A lot of Knicks fans out there in Charlotte, so should have a nice mixed crowd to keep us in the game, man.
RJ needs a good game on Friday.
Yeah.
All right, RJ.
Yeah.
All right.
RJ does need a good game, man. RJ definitely does.
Let's get back in the flow on Friday.
Let's get back into the flow. Let's get him going. Let's get him going, man. JDCK, any last words before we wrap?
I'm already over the game. Moving on to Charlotte. That's
Let's
all
go.
I got.
That's the proper way to do it.
Yep.
That is the proper way to do it,
man. Thank you for everyone that tuned in tonight. You know, it was a great show, and let's go on to Friday. CP says a must win, so
yeah,
I'm sure they'll play well on Friday. It's on the road, and it's one of those games that they need to take, especially if this team is serious about being a playoff contender.
Yeah, no question about it. Great job, fellas, as usual. Looking to see if they put in the YouTube link for tomorrow's show in SNY. They haven't sent it to me yet, so look out for that tomorrow, either on the KnicksFanTV Instagram or Twitter. I'll drop the link to tomorrow's show on SNY's and Putback with Ian Begley. I'll be on there 1 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure you guys don't miss that. Let me shout out the rest of the super chats that are coming before we wrap. Let me just refresh my page here. All right, let's just refresh. Close that out.
I can't wait to see who's going to be the career high on Friday, because tonight was Connaughton from 3.
Yeah.
7 threes was a career high for him. Who's it going to be Friday?
Is it going to be Rozier?
It'll call it LiAngelo Ball. It's going to be a LiAngelo Ball. That's what it's going to be.
He said LiAngelo. He said it's going to be a LiAngelo, man. Oof. Sure hope not. Definitely hope not. But they lost to the Grizzlies tonight, right? Grizzlies got them tonight?
No, they won.
They
won a 5-game losing streak, and tonight,
got you.
They won that game
on the road. Okay, so good job by them. Okay, the rest of the super chats. Come on, man. I gotta go get that M1 next. This thing's slower than molasses to refresh as we're streaming. All right, here we go. Shout out to Dimitri D. Says Julius is a good player, but I think he doesn't fit this team. I don't think he fits this team for the future and the direction that for the team to do best, which is move the ball around. Well, I mean, look, we always say with Julius, he's ideally a second or third best player on a championship team. It just is what it is right now. I don't think he's a bad fit. I just think this is just he's our talent. He's our top talent on the team, which means that you need more. SB Gorilla, I got that. He did send another super chat. He says, I love Julius. I meant when he isn't engaged, he hurts the team. Yeah, I agree with that, especially defensively. I don't want him gone, but just better play. He is our engine. Yeah, that's what I mean. SB Gorilla hit it on the head. 2 slices and a drink sent to super chat. It's obvious the heart and soul of this version of the Knicks flows from Obi and Rose. Randall lucky he had the year he had. Hashtag Obi1. Shout out to Frank for the it's an Austrian super chat, I think. Maxwell Walter sends a super chat, says, why is the third quarter effort so low? Yeah, it's always a third quarter doom for us, man. Always. Since last year. They've come out flat a few times now after halftime, and I know Kemba ain't cutting it, but it's better than watching those Elford threes last year. Just saying. Hashtag salute. Del Will says, second unit energy hits different. RJ's passing looking better and better. Run the offense through him more. I did get those. Chuck D super chat says Evan and Kemba are asked to be two-way players for the first time at this level. Bullock wasn't known as a defensive stalwart. He developed in Tibbs' system. If Obi gets the footwork Reg did last year, look out. Christopher Charcalis super chat says, bring Ben Simmons. Am I crazy? Think about this. Package Kemba and Burks and you get defense and he doesn't take away from 48 and Randall. Well, you got to think about this. That package isn't getting you anywhere near Ben Simmons. But
Yeah.
But thanks for
that phone line is.
That phone line is not getting
You
picked
hear
up.
what they've been asking other teams for
Yeah.
Ben Simmons? Yeah,
It's not happening, fam. Junior
The reason
Caroma-
he hasn't been traded is because of what they want.
Right.
Yeah. Junior Caroma, Burks Hive, stand up. Trap Boy TV says if they play like they under pressure for the entirety of the game, we would probably do a lot better. Fournier and Kemba need to sit until the playoffs. Matthew WLR says Kemba's going through a shooting slump. Let him be. All right. David Claudio says, you think we switch Evan with IQ for defensive reasons? He says the refs did us dirty on that Obi play, but I'm hyped. Tibbs let the bench rock the entire fourth, which is a great thing to see for the future moves. Tough L, move on. Josh Super Chat says that's why Rose let Kemba have the starting job. David Kofontekis is starting Derrick Rose and letting Deuce develop off the bench, splitting with Kemba minutes. It's looking mighty nice right now. Interesting. Josh says, how do you propose to starters catch a rhythm when Randall is in the way? There's no ball or player movement when he just stands there after he passes. Russell Reed says, Knicks starting unit serving up Beyond Meat burgers tonight. Starting backcourt performance looking like the G League may need to shake things up. Let me get rid of that real quick. Kenny Gale super chat says our perimeter defense is about as reliable as the MTA. It's sickening. LaMelo about to go for 40 on us on Friday. Great comeback by the bench. # free Obi. Outlaw Comedian says Kemba might have to get benched. He is not giving us anything consistently at the starting position. Juan Sinclair, they got to start IQ at the point. Keep Rose on the bench for the second unit. Give Obi more minutes and get Grimes and McBride in the rotation. Gotta be legend, says Julius, second biggest body in our starting lineup. 6 out of 12 games with 0 offensive rebounds. This cannot be happening. Dude is built like oak. Yeah, he's gotta get it in. Aaron Vasquez, CP, I've seen enough. I know what will fix this team. We need to cheer on the opposing team when they come in MSG off to London. # start the bench. Aaron Vasquez, safe travels, man. And Haitian Ferg for Super Chat says these nights when Kemba doesn't penetrate makes it difficult for our entire offense. No pace at all. The Bucks just standing, waiting for you to brick at 3. All right, people. Back at it Friday night. Remember, these shows are available in audio podcast format. All the major podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Alexa, Stitcher, Google Podcasts as well. Go to KnicksFanTV.com for the links to tonight's show. Also, in the next day, check out KnicksFanTV.com for Remy's player ratings. Player ratings are back, so definitely make sure you check that out. Shout out to O-Dog for the last minute super chat. O-Dog, definitely appreciate you and appreciate all the support. And I'm trying to read the comment here, if this thing ever pulls up. O-Dog Super Chat says, and Mosul Super Chat. Mosul says, I was going to call in, but things made me upset. Still 60 burger, but tonight is ugly. I hate the Bucks. And O-Dog Super Chat says, why does Randall always stand around after passing Kemba the ball? He literally leaves him with no spacing to operate. It's fair, Julius got to get right, man.